Basketball fans, we are here in Las Vegas for the very first head coach interview of Toronto native and Oakwood Baron, Jama Mahlalela. First off, congratulations, Jama. How do you feel? You're a head coach in the Summer League.
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting. We just had our first practice, and I think for me, you get the jitters out a bit. The players do, and as a coaching staff, you do as well. And now it's really down to business. So we're going to come back tonight, get another practice in, and really got to work on our fundamental base to be able to, play good basketball here in Vegas.
Last year, you shared the responsibilities. This year, it's all on you. So how have you prepared, or how has that experience at least prepared you for what's going on this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think the last 2 years I've been involved in Summer League, and last year coached a few of the games, but this is the first time sort of doing it on my own. But really, it's about a team of coaches. We've got a great group of coaches who are working with us. Jerry Stackhouse is with us, Big Jamal is with us, John Goodwillie is doing a great job. It's our group of coaches that really make a difference and make us better and effective as a group, and that's my hope, is that we continue to work as a team to get our team prepared.
Now, this role is very significant for the Toronto Raptors because it's got kind of a collegiate environment when you talk about the amount of young guys you guys have on the team and the role that those young guys play. You're very familiar with a lot of those guys from your work, but how important is your role of preparing these guys for not only the 905 in the regular season, but for the concept of Raptors brand basketball?
Absolutely. I think this really builds our culture. Coach Casey talks all the time about how do we build the Toronto Raptors culture, and this is part and parcel. This is like one of the main areas in which our young players get a sense of exactly what they need to do, understand what expectations are placed on them. And for our team, we have 5 guys who are sort of our property, our guys, our picks, and so our job is to push them as hard as we possibly can so they can integrate into our varsity team as we get into the regular season.
You talked about those picks, Jakob Poeltl, Pascal Siakam. Talk about those 2 guys, what you've seen from them and what you expect from them.
Yeah, I mean, day one for them, and they've had to sort of done some individual workouts in the last week since they got drafted, but this is their first time in a full Raptors environment. I think they both impressed today. I think you look at Jakob and you look at his hands, very good hands, good roller, big body, and he's going to figure out the game. Defensively, he's got to continue to learn his coverages and learn the speed that the NBA is played at. And Pascal, I think, maybe has some of those physical attributes where he can play at speed and play with the pace and the physicality, and he's got to learn some of the technical terms, some of the coverages. He's such a raw basketball player. Both really impressed, but both have a long way to go.
Now you also have DeAndre Daniels, who had that Jones fracture. He was stashed in Perth for a bit. What have you seen from him? How has he grown away from the program?
Yeah, I mean, I think what we try and do is, once you're part of our team, we try and grow you as part of our team. So DeAndre is someone who we drafted a while ago, and it's been a few years since that point. But our hope is to keep encouraging him, keep working with him. And I think today you saw he had some good finishes around the bucket. But it's continued growth. I mean, I think coming off an injury is a hard thing to do. He's still in that process of getting his legs completely underneath him. And I hope as we continue with these games, he really starts to find his mesh a bit more.
Lastly, but definitely not least, Bruno Caboclo. Big year for him, big summer for him, the young guy. He says things are starting to slow down for him. What do you see out of him, and what do you need to see out of him?
Yeah, I mean, Bruno is a key for us, and I think the game needs to be simple for him, and that's the key, and that's what we keep reiterating to him. He doesn't need to score 30 points a game. He needs to play the game very simply. Let his skill set, which is a great corner 3-point shooter, someone who has size and length, let the game come to him. We don't want him pushing and forcing things out of his comfort zone. We want to slow the game down and allow him to be such a talented player that he is. Get him shooting those corner threes, get him playing the game that is best suited to him, not necessarily just the way the game is played individually.